All right, here we go. Welcome everybody to our July team call. A week late, but BOGOs were pretty fun, so we didn't want to take away from the fun and the craziness of that. I just wanted to welcome you. My name is Amy. Thanks for being on. Thanks for being on live. I wanted to just remind you a little bit about the promotions going on this month really quickly. For anybody who enrolls this month, if their order is 100 PV, which is about $100, doTERRA is going to give them a free wild orange. And if their order is 200 PV or higher, they will get not only a free wild orange, but also a copaiba. These are really amazing oils I use pretty much daily. So really generous offer there. Tonight is Outdoors and Summer Fun. It's all about tips for this time of year, for being outside. I'm 100% sure that you're going to walk away with some great tips. You're going to get to hear from a lot of different people. And be sure to stay on until the end for raffles, okay? I'm excited for that. All right, I'm kicking us off. I'm talking about a couple different topics. The first thing I want to talk about is food, using your oils for cooking. It's kind of the time of year when it's so fun to be, having a picnic or at a barbecue with people or having people over for a gathering. So I wanted to talk about some really easy way to add essential oils into recipes that you're already making or even creating your own. I do have to say, Pinterest is like a jackpot of recipes, okay, if you're looking. All right, so we're going to talk about using essential oils in 4 areas. The first is in treats. We're talking lemon bars, add your lemon. That's really easy. That doesn't take like anything super special or magical. You could add your essential oils to homemade ice cream. Peppermint ice cream is great. What about even trying lavender ice cream? Okay, or maybe you're making something that has a frosting. Add a citrus oil into it. I actually had geranium frosting one time and I thought it was going to be the worst thing, and it pretty much changed my life. Okay, so have fun with that. Mix that up. The second area would be in barbecue or grilling or marinating. Essential oils can add a lot of flavor. Maybe you're making patties, burger patties, and you could add basil or cilantro. Marinating is really fun. Some different combinations. If you're thinking maybe more cooking something Asian, oils that you want to reach for: ginger, lemongrass, wild orange, cilantro, and even cumin if you have it from the Sensational Flavors kit. This will last. I will get there. Mexican oils that would be great would be cilantro, lime, lemon, black pepper even. Italian would be your oregano, thyme, marjoram, basil. Okay. I like to say 1 tablespoon of dry herbs. If that's what the recipe calls for, you're going to use 2 to 3 drops of oils. 1 teaspoon would be 1 to 2 drops. If it calls for less, just use a toothpick and go for taste. But remember that less is always more, and you can always add flavor. It's a little bit hard to take it out once it's in. Okay. The third area would be beverages. If you're going to have a big thing of water, add one of my basil is actually really good in a large amount of water. Like a drop of basil is so yummy. That's my mom's tip. Basil and strawberries, I think she had in it. You could add things that you're already serving. So maybe add something to your lemonade, a different citrus oil, some lavender. You can make your own spritzers and add essential oils, okay? A quick side note, when you're doing, so not beverages aren't hot, but if you're grilling or doing something like that where your oils are going to be heated, they're going to cook off a little bit. So you're going to be using typically like a little bit more. Like if you're adding something to a treat that goes in the oven, you're going to be using a little bit more. And the last area would be cold dishes, okay? Pasta salad, salad dressings, fruit dip, guacamole. I'm starving now. You're going to want to use less here. It's not going to cook off. So this is where you'll do the toothpick trick. So you just take a toothpick and you put it through the top of the bottle and you swirl it into whatever you're making. And if you need more, you either use the other side of the toothpick or ideally another toothpick. Depends on how frugal you are with your toothpicks. All right. Okay, so those are some cooking tips for you. Do not forget, this is like a time when we're like overindulging and maybe eating things at other people's houses. Always have your Terrazyme. Always have your digestive enzymes. Always have some Digest Zen and your Digest tabs. It's going to be really helpful. really helpful digestive support. Okay. I do want to talk about photosensitivity, right? So our citrus oils, doTERRA citrus oils, and even a couple other ones are photosensitive, meaning that you don't want to apply them topically and go out and be in the sun, in the UV rays. So doTERRA has a great graphic. You can find it on their website. But honestly, the best trick is to just look at the back of the bottle. So here's Tangerine. Tangerine says, avoid UV rays for up to 12 hours after applying product. So it's right there on the bottle. It's really easy. So check a bottle if you're unsure before you apply it topically. You can incorporate oils into like natural sun protection that you're using. So it can work on the reverse too. There are lots of recipes online for homemade sunscreen. Some oils that would be great to add would be helichrysum, lavender, sandalwood, even peppermint. And in a pinch, you can use the new diaper rash cream, but I wouldn't use it on a regular basis necessarily because that's not what it's intended for. The last thing I'll talk about is some water ideas. So hydration is really important. You want to be staying hydrated before you even go out. So citrus oils are a great go-to. In general, they aid digestion, they boost immunity, they help us with antioxidant support. More specifically, lemon. We all love our lemon, right? This is going to be great for cleansing. It helps your lymphatic system, and it's good for drainage. Okay? So reach for your lemon for that. Lime, I've been using a lot of. It's great for respiratory discomfort. Do you like that? Tangerine and wild orange. These are really good to use if you're going to be doing an all-day activity, maybe a long hike or something more than usual, because they're going to help uplift your mood and give you some more energy too. They're very motivating. Grapefruit's going to be really great to, like, with weight management, also supporting the lymphatic system and even metabolism. And of course, our Slim and Sassy blend that we love helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels. So you have lots of options. If you're going somewhere where motion might be an issue, use peppermint, use spearmint, even use ginger, and that could help with that occasional stomach upset. Mix and match, have fun with it, but remember to just stay hydrated and you'll be ready to go. All right, I'm going to pass it over to Lindsay King, and she's going to share some other great tips with you.
Hello, everyone. So I have a couple summer tips for you. We live in California, so we have a California Cool Off spray. You get a 1 or 2 ounce bottle, depending on how often you're going to use this or how convenient you want to fit it into your little bag. This is 2 ounces, so I would put about 20 drops in here of peppermint and fill the rest off with distilled water, or even just tap water is fine. Shake it up, and every time I'm about to use it, just shake it up and spray. And I usually try to do, like, the back of my neck is a good area, behind my knees or in my elbows. That usually will keep me calm in our 100-degree heat. So this is a great handy tool for all those sports that you're going to go visit or during camping and you just want to stay comfortable. The other thing I was going to talk about are snacks in the summertime, some easy treats. I'm going to put a recipe sheet in the comments when Amy posts this Zoom call. But I was going to mention, I'm one of those people who maybe will buy stuff at other stores, like a grocery store, and get a platter and then put it on my own platter so it looks as though I've made it. So if you are people like me, this is like your cheat way of how to do snacks in the oily way. So I will buy salsa, and then I add like 3 to 5 drops of lime oil to it. Or I will put some lime in a spray bottle with some water, and I will spray, I will spray my chips with lime. My husband loves that. And then I will take sour cream, and I will add 1 scoop of Terra greens to it, and that's my veggie dip. Super simple. If I'm making it for myself, then I also add just a dash of garlic powder because I like that too. Lemonade. Amber Hammond makes a beautiful lemonade that I always have her make, but she will do 2 drops of lavender into a gallon of lemonade. For sauce for like dipping bread. So like the Macaroni Grill, or I'm trying to think, Olive Garden does this sometimes, but you can just take a base of vegetable oil, and I will either mix thyme, oregano, and basil. If I'm doing like an event, I will just have the three so people can try them. But that's a really good mix. I will also usually add pesto sauce in there or balsamic. Again, I'm just tweaking what I know is tried and true. If I take whipped cream, so I'll take a tub of whipped cream, and I will just add 3 to 5 drops of lemon oil for that. It's a really good fruit dip in the summer. You can also use just plain yogurt. I will buy a tub of frosting and just add 1 or 2 drops of peppermint for a nice brownie or cookie topping. And I also like to make our On Guard popcorn, which is super yummy. So hopefully those are some really good, easy hacks that you can just pull something from the grocery store and not have to spend a lot of time in your kitchen, and just add some oils to that.
Oh my gosh, now I have to follow Lindsay. She's a genius. I can't follow that. Oh, those are amazing. I wish I had taken notes on that. I bet Laura whips on it. Okay, so I'm going to talk about energy, energy in the outdoors. So first thing, you can probably guess, Lifelong Vitality Pack, the vitamins. I feel like we talk about this on every call, but it's so important. It's so important. So just a little bit of background on the Lifelong Vitality Pack. It comes in a 3-pack like that. The first one, the VMZ, is full of vitamins and minerals, and they come from whole food sources, so your body can actually absorb them. So a lot of times you can look at vitamins, they look really good on the label, but if they don't come from whole food sources, essentially like your body doesn't know what to do with it, and you kind of just end up passing it through without it really doing any good. So they come from whole food sources. Your body can actually use those vitamins and minerals. There's fish oil in there to help with heart and brain health, and they're also going to give you great lung and respiratory support, which obviously allows you to breathe better while you're outside. There's 9 essential oils in there, including frankincense, clove, the tummy tamer blend. So this is going to help your system function more smoothly so that you have more energy because your body isn't working so hard. So all of these things that we're going to talk about are going to be really great to help with energy in the outdoors. But if you are looking for actual long-lasting energy from a cellular level, it is hands down the LLV. Hands down. A drop of peppermint in your hands, breathe it in. That's going to be helpful for like giving you that extra boost. All these things are going to be great. But I really believe that like hands down, LLV is the best thing for boosting energy, helping you feel better and be able to function well while you're outside. The next thing with the LLV I want to touch on are allergies. So a lot of people have bad allergies outside. Maybe you love going outside, but you can't because you sneeze the whole time. So LLV is a must if you have allergies. And LLV helps decrease inflammation in your body. So if you're allergic to something, your body is reacting to try to fight off whatever it thinks is attacking its body. And this is made much worse when your body is already inflamed. So what the LLV does is decreasing inflammation over time. Many people, including my husband, report less severe allergies year after year. When you take down that inflammation and you introduce the allergies again, your body doesn't have such a strong reaction to it. So really, we can't talk about it enough because they're so important. And there's a 30-day money back guarantee. So if you took them for a month and you were like, Emily lied to me, this is all just a load of crap, then send it back and get your money back. But it is well worth the investment. And yeah, Lindsay is our little model over there. Well worth the investment, and see great results from that. So LLV, as always. The second thing I want to talk about is Mito 2 Max. So Mito 2 Max is something that you might not have heard of. It's doTERRA's natural energy and stamina complex. So little science, I promise not to get too far into it. Energy in our body comes from something called mitochondria in our cells. So when you're young, the mitochondria is working as it should. You have lots of energy to spare, it's no problem. As we age, mitochondria become less efficient, leaving us with less energy. So, doTERRA's Mito2 Max is a formula of plant extracts, and it's designed to support healthy cellular energy production. So, it helps mitochondria function as they're supposed to function. So, this will help you literally breathe deeper when you're outside, give you that natural stamina without the use of harmful stimulants. So, you can use it as a long-term alternative to like coffee, any kind of caffeinated drinks or supplements to increase energy and vitality overall. It's non-habit forming. So this is great because when you're talking about being outside, you can't always like grab a cup of coffee when you're going to go for a hike. So this is a great thing to have. Just pop and go and have that extra boost before you get going. So normally the Mito2 Max is $39.50, but with the LLV, you can add it on for only $20. So it's normally $39.50 even with your wholesale account. So you get a great savings if you bundle those together. So that's what I have to say about energy. Get your hands on some vitamins. There's great oils that will help too. Like I mentioned, peppermint. Amy mentioned the citrus oils. Those are going to give you a great boost as well. But can't say enough about the vitamins and supplements. So that's my science portion. Wendy's still awake, so we're all good. So now, now I'm going to pass it to Sarah McCord to talk about bug spray.
Hey everybody, we're under construction, so I'm like dark. I have a half a wall built behind me, so I hope you can see. Anyways, so welcome to everybody tonight. Lindsay totally knocked it out of the park with her food tips. That was amazing. And Emily with the LLV. Allergies was something I didn't even realize that I had gotten almost rid of with using the LLV if it wasn't for Facebook memories. So I can attest, Emily's not a liar. LLV is amazing. And I just want to back her up on that. Did help with my allergies. But anyways, moving on to my topic. Amy asked me what I wanted to talk about, and this is going to sound crazy. Like, I found like the most amazing bug spray recipe, and it's almost addicting. So I want to share the recipe with you, and I'll do the same thing. I'll post it when Amy posts the Zoom call. But what we've been using this summer is a 2-ounce spray bottle, and I use 8 drops of TerraShield, 4 drops of lavender, 2 drops of cassia, 2 drops of rosemary, 2 drops of clove, melaleuca, basil, and cedarwood. It's a lot of different oils, but there's only 2 drops at most of those. It smells amazing. I mean, I almost feel like you could wear it as a perfume. It smells so good, and it works really well. My son and I use it. We use it on the dog when we go camping with great results. Love the natural bug spray. I did a make and take class with my team, and they're all raving about it. So a great recipe. I'll post it at the end when Amy posts the call. If for some reason you didn't make this amazing bug spray and you get bit or stung, I love, Amy posted a recipe, I want to say like a year or so ago, and it's a combination of Purify, basil, and lavender, and roughly 3 to 4 drops of each in a 10 ml roller ball, and that works great for itch relief. If you don't have those, lavender and or frankincense work great as well. So those are in case you didn't get to make the cool bug spray, you can do that. Another thing is we spend a ton of time on the boat, and I'm not very kind to my skin. I like the sun. I like being out there. I like floating in my pink flamingo, all those fun things. So what I do to hydrate and repair my skin after a long weekend on the boat is I use Dr. Axe's whipped body butter recipe. And again, I'll post the link. And I add oils like frankincense, myrrh, and lavender, and your skin will love you for that. It really, really will. I did not make a batch this month. I went out 2 weeks ago. I got burnt and I peeled. I never, ever peel. So I'm kicking myself for not having a new batch of that ready to go. But again, we'll post that recipe as well. So, and that is real simple. It's coconut oil, shea butter. I add beeswax to mine, and then it's your essential oils. It's very, very moisturizing. It's a little greasy when you first put it on, but walk around a little bit before you put your clothes on, and your skin will absolutely love you for it. So we want you to have a lot of fun this summer. Be safe, use your oils, and have lots of fun. And again, all these recipes will be posted when the call is. Thanks, guys.
Mom, you're next. Melissa's next.
Hi, everybody. I'm just like lost track of everything because these are all such great tips. And Sarah, when you said just walk around for a little while without your clothes on, and then you said we want you to have a lot of fun this summer, I was like, woo! Not going to be catching me walking around glistening. Anyway, so I'm supposed to be talking about gardening and essential oils. And I think it's true that not many of us can have like a 20 by 20 foot plot for gardening. And so container gardening is really what a lot of us do. And I wanted to first talk about indoor gardening. And sometimes you can get mites on your plants, and you don't want to spray a big scary bad chemical in your house on your plants because of your children or your pets or even yourself. So you can recycle a bottle. This is my Barrage toner bottle from back in the day, and I saved it, and I put essential peppermint essential oil in here and water, and you can mist your indoor plants. And it's wonderful because not only will it kill the mites without poisoning you to death, but it will also keep your pets, your cats, your dogs will not like this. So it's a good thing to keep in mind. However, some of you would like to do container gardening or outside. And you would also, again, I recently had a hanging cherry tomato plant that is like really 6 feet tall at this point. I mean, Amy has to take a picture of hers and I have to take a picture of mine, so you wouldn't believe how big they are. But I had some kind of a mite eating mine, and I just literally misted. Every time I thought about it, went out and misted that plant. It was all but dead, and it is flourishing. I've got tomatoes all over the place. So this is a great thing to use. If your planters are down like low where pets can get at them, something that pets absolutely hate would be rosemary. So you could put rosemary in with your peppermint, and it would definitely deter your cats and dogs, especially ones that aren't of your household, when you have them out on your deck. Another one would be cedarwood too, to put in your bottle. This is something that I think is really interesting. I think you've probably heard that certain crops grow well together, and tomatoes and basil grow really well together. Well, why not put basil in your water when you are watering your tomatoes? So I think I'm going to switch over and give that a try. I think that would be a really neat thought. Sometimes, though, you want to attract things like the pollinators, Sarah McCord and the bees. We want to attract things like that. So I have a recipe here that is a pollinator attractor, and it says add 5 to 6 drops of wild orange essential oil to a spray bottle filled with 1 cup of water. Spray on flowers and buds to attract bees for pollination. Sarah, did you know that? She maybe did. So anyway, I wanted to point out that this reference, this Essential Life book, has a whole section in the back on gardening with really neat recipes. So if you have that at home, you can check in the back. But another one that is well thought of would be 10 drops each of these oils: rosemary, peppermint, thyme, and clove. So if I were a bug, I wouldn't want to be anywhere near those. And you can use those on the plants. If you do have a 20 by 20 foot plot, you can do that. And 2 more things I wanted to talk about were like a veggie and fruit wash, because of course you're going to be bringing in all your wonderful produce from your garden. So especially something to think about would be some lemon oil in water. Use either, clean your sink out and then use your sink to immerse everything in. And you can use vinegar in there as well. Or use a glass or stainless steel bowl. And especially lemon for fruit is great, a great cleaning agent for that. And you can also use, it says Melaleuca would be I'm sorry, did it say that? Oh no, lemon mainly for fruits and vegetables. The last thing I wanted to talk to you about is that you can make a 3-in-1. After you've been gardening and your hands are really dirty and gnarly, you can make a 3-in-1 hand scrub. It's a soap and it's also a moisturizer. I bet you didn't know you could do all 3 of those things. So you would use a 1/2 cup of white sugar, which gives you the grit that you need to get the dirt off, and then 3 tablespoons of Castile soap. And I have people ask me a lot what Castile soap is or where you get it. You can just get it on Amazon. It comes with different I would say flavorings or scents. This is unscented. I like to get the unscented for use in all the different things that I make. A teaspoon of almond oil, and then 7 drops of clary sage and 5 drops of melaleuca. So you don't even have to wash your hands off. You come in from gardening and you can scoop it out with your hand and rub it all over your hands, scrub, 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 rinse, and you've already moisturized on top of doing the cleaning. So these are some tips I hope you find helpful for gardening during the summer, and I'm always up for some extra produce, so send it my way.
Okay, I think I'm up next. I should say I'm up last. This is a really hard group of people to follow. I've learned a lot already. Linz, thanks for all the yummy tips. I'm starving now, so I'm coming to your house for all of those. So I get to talk about 2 things. I'm going to talk to you about the After Sun spray that I have made for my family, which works beautifully, and talk a little bit about what is in my family's first aid kit for the summer. So first, my little sunburn spray. It's in a little 2-ounce bottle. And what I put in it is 5 drops of lavender for soothing and pain, 5 drops of melaleuca for cleansing, 8 drops of peppermint for cleansing, and then 2 drops of helichrysum because it's good for healthy tissue regeneration. So I made a little, what are they called? You know, little thing on the front. You all know what I'm talking about. And then on the back, I actually put, thank you, label, Lindsay, somebody's tracking with me. And then on the back, I actually put all of the little stickers on there so I know exactly what's in it. And it just kind of helps me remember every time. But I've been making it a while now. And we just spray this directly on sunburns and then just kind of rub your hands through it. I do add a little bit of witch hazel to it and then fill the rest with water because witch hazel is a really good emulsifier. So it gets everything together. I do shake it every time, but that just helps it. And we have had no peeling skin this summer. And yes, every one of my kids have gotten sunburn, as well as myself and my husband. So we use this to, I'm the bad mom that forgets the sunscreen a lot. We'll just stop at that. Okay, on to the next. First aid kit. It was kind of interesting. Amy asked if I would be willing to talk a little bit about some things that would go in our first aid kit. And we were at some friend's house this weekend. And before we left, I grabbed my little case and I went boom, 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 boom. And this was what I took with us. And I used almost all of them on a one day little friend's cottage trip. So some of the obvious ones we're going to start with: peppermint, of course, excellent for cooling. We've already heard about that. Across the forehead, back of the neck. You can either use it directly or add it to water in a spray bottle. Next, of course, is lavender, and that's perfect for bites, burns, anything like that. Very soothing. Melaleuca, of course, that's our antibacterial. So any rashes, scrapes, bites, anything, you can use that. I always bring frankincense. And so that is skin support for anything and everything. So like we always say, when in doubt, use frankincense. So you have to have that in your first aid kit. The other thing I always have in my first aid kit is Correct-X. It's cleansing, it's soothing, hydrating, and it creates a barrier over your skin. So if you have a scrape or a rash or something that hurts, put Correct-X over it, and it creates a barrier for your skin. So I always have that. For any of you that have kids, I never go anywhere without Digestin. That is for sure part of our first aid kit, whether we're traveling and the car is not a fun place for a couple of my kids. This is what works for that. Anything tummy. And then, of course, TerraShield. We've already talked about that. You need that. I actually I think Amy said something about it the other day about using it as a my brain, sorry, gone. Help me out, ladies. Come on, Linz. She said use it as a, right here, perfume. See, it just took me a minute. As perfume, because it helps you to not take on other people's emotions and things. And so I was just going to meet with someone that day, and I was like, yeah, maybe I should try that. So I did. I got it out and I used it. I actually had people say, oh, you smell really good. Yeah, that's my bug spray. Thank you. So yes, always have your TerraShield. And then, of course, last but certainly not least is the On Guard sanitizing spray. This is amazing. It's the best. I use it all the time. I have one in my car, in my purse. My kids have them in their bags. They're everywhere around our house. You can't ever get enough of that. And then, of course, the real things you're supposed to have in your first aid kit, Band-Aids. The end. Okay, so a few other things real quick. Some other things that you can put in your first aid kit for sure. Deep Blue Rub for any time that you have, if you have sore muscles. We use that a lot because my kids went tubing this weekend and then the next day they were so sore. Deep Blue Rub, that was good for first aid kit. Tri-Ease for allergy sufferers. That's something that allergy sufferers have in their first aid kit if you need that. Emily mentioned Mito 2 Max for energy. That's a good thing too. And then last but certainly not least is the Balance Blend, which is really good for any sort of emotional support. If you have an accident or any sort of trauma that happens, you always need a little bit of balance. There you go, ladies.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, so I'm the only one unmuted, but round of applause for everybody. That was amazing. All right. Are you guys ready for some raffles? Yeah, you are. I love it. All right, so what I'm going to do here is start with the correct text. So we just talked about this. Yes, it's like essential oil. We can't compare to drugs, but it's like Neosporin, but better, okay? Okay, I just did. Turn me in. All right, so the winner of the correct text is Jamie Andrus. Okay, so Jamie, I need you to get me your address. Save me the time of looking it up. Bless your soul, okay? That's what the winners come with a requirement of getting that to me. Okay, next up is the TerraShield spray. It comes right in the spray bottle. You can have a sexy perfume for all I care, but those bugs aren't going to touch you. And that goes to Amy Van Hout. Yes, yes, whoop, whoop. Okay. Melaleuca Touch. Oh, everything you can use. And people are just swearing by this right on their bug bites too. This has become a very popular choice. Sarah Semro, are you honey? Yes, you are. Okay, good. All right. And I saved the best for last. The Deep Blue Touch Roller, because who doesn't need Deep Blue? Okay. This is actually going to Katie R. I can't say your last name. She's going like this though. Yeah, you. Okay, so you won the Deep Blue Touch. All right, everybody. So thank you for being on. We will do this fun craziness again next month. It's August 20th, okay? August 20th, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Our topic is like motivation, focus, mental clarity, back to school. We're going to have a lot of fun. I will try and make it so my mom's appropriate, but I cannot make any promises. You just never know what you're going to get, which is part of the fun. So have a great evening. We'll post all of this info.
It was Sarah that talked about going around naked.
That was. Sarah started it. Sarah. Okay, so I'll be sure to post the recipes. Everybody have a great night.